filing for divorce.
You what? James Taylor is sick and an early termination of the marriage contract.
I know we were supposed to be married for 3 years, according to the contract, but Anna returned early, so
So you're leaving me?
I'm releasing you from this obligation. And look, honey, finally, you can be free. You can live your own life. I promise. I'll agree to any terms regarding the property division.
Do you really want this? It's good that we didn't have a child together.
Yeah, of course. It's all for the best. We will divorce without any unnecessary problems.
After that conversation, I couldn't bring myself to tell James about the pregnancy. Suddenly, I felt nauseous again.
Are you okay?
Yes, I need to go. I felt miserable locked in a room in my own home. How long had I been sitting here? An hour, 2? My thoughts were interrupted by James.
Hi. You know the fact, Grandpa, he'll never agree with divorce if I'll mention to him about it. So, it's better for all of us if you'll do it.
Okay, I'll do it. But don't make it seem like our decision. I was just a girl from a troubled family. My mother was a nurse, and my father was a gambler. Such a family could never match up to the glorious Taylor's family. One day, my mother witnessed a terrible accident and selflessly saved 2 people, James's father and grandfather. In return, the grandfather promised to take care of me, and when I was left an orphan, he arranged my marriage to his grandson.
Hey. You shouldn't be upset. I warned you before we get married that I have my own love.
Yeah, you're right.
Why is your face so pale? Are you alright?
It's not serious. Don't worry. It's just like I've got this period.
Emily, there was a thing. There's been a slight problem with your anniversary gift. So, I've ordered a new one, and Alex will deliver it to you soon.
When James left, I fell into a deep sleep for a while.
Hello, ma'am.
Oh, hello?
And this is given to you by Mr. James Order.
Well, thank you, Alex.
My pleasure.
Last month, I saw a pair of jade earrings in a jewelry store that would perfectly match the jade bracelet grandfather had given me. Emerald green, beautiful, and delicate. I fell in love with them at first sight. James had promised to give them to me on our anniversary. The gift box was elegantly wrapped, but it wasn't the gift I was expecting. Please, pass on my thanks to James.
Certainly. I'm free to go?
Yeah,
Yeah?
thank you.
Thank you.
Alex, wait.
Yeah?
I baked this cake, so,
Oh, no. I'm really sorry, but Mr. James precisely asked me not to bring anything. I mean sweet. You do love cakes, ma'am, don't you?
Oh, yes. Yes, don't worry. I'll keep it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. I always knew that James didn't have a sweet tooth. That's why I had personally prepared this cake. It was vanilla, but not sweet at all. Hello, James. Thank you for your gift.
I won't be coming back tonight.
Oh, all right.
So, candlelit dinner?
Bye, Emily.
I couldn't believe it. On the day of our second anniversary, my husband was having a candlelit dinner with another woman. This fact instantly made me feel defeated, hopeless to the core. I had already completely lost in this competition with Anna. I felt a wrenching pain in my stomach from the egg allergy. No one in this world knew about the allergy except my mother. I promised myself that this was the last time I would be this crazy and desperate. I was sick. I'm sorry. Daddy doesn't love Mom, but we're gonna be okay. On this night, I tossed and turned for a long time. And just when I was almost falling asleep, Samantha called. Hello?
James and I are on 3rd Avenue.
James?
He's completely wasted.
He's not with Anna?
Come and meet us. We're coming from the garden.
James was very drunk, sleeping in the backseat. He looked as handsome as ever. I thought that some people in this world remained perfect even when they were drunk, like James. Samantha, why is he so drunk? Wasn't he supposed to be with Anna?
What? Do you really want your husband to spend the night with another woman?
Husband is just too much. We already agreed to divorce. Come to your senses.
Have you lost your mind? What divorce you're talking about? Are you really ready to let him go?
That he's ready. And I recall that you were not very invested in this marriage. What happened?
I admit I didn't like you at the beginning, but you two are married and you need to make an effort until, you know...
Until what?
Until Anna interferes.
Please subscribe to the Pocket FM YouTube channel and press the bell icon for instant notification. Check out our channel for more such exciting shows.